cut off right about this point in the broadcast.
My name is Robert Sepper. I'm an anthropologist. My published work is
Shout out to Robert Shepard for bringing out that, documentary on the whole history of Jekyll Island, a little summary of the secret meetings. He brought a little bit of everything. So those of y'all that missed it, y'all can catch the replay from the beginning of this live. Y'all can also catch the replay on part 1. But let's talk about it. Like, what do y'all think? How do y'all feel? Do y'all think it's a distraction? To me, in my opinion, I believe it is a distraction. Let me get off of this real quick. And let's share over here. Let's go. Share the screen. Let me see. When we type in what major events are occurring in 2023. What do they have here? June 25th, 2023, Guatemalan general election. July 23, 2023, Spanish general election. August 23rd, 2023. These are all the days that, all these bills are supposed to be passed. August 23rd, 2023, Zimbabwean, whatever, general election. September 8th to October 28th, 2023, Rugby World Cup in France. Okay. October 14, 2023, New Zealand general election. October 22nd, 2023, Argentine general election. Okay, nothing major. What big events happened in January 2023? Let me see. Another mass shooting in California leaves 10 people dead. Tuesday, January 24, 2023, a mass shooting at 2 locations in the coastal northern California city left 7 people dead. The shooter was apprehended after he drove into the parking lot of the police station. They got what era will 2023 be? 2023 CE refers to the year 2023 in Common Era. It is the same 2023 AD annual domain, i.e. 2023 years after the birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, why would y'all put this here? Y'all weirdos. We went too far. What major event happened in April 2023? Let me see. April current events, U.S. News page. Biden pays a visit to Mississippi town hit by tornado. Former Arkansas Governor Hudson declares intention to run for president. Florida Senate has approved a 6-week abortion ban. Oh shit. Brandon has approved a 6-week abortion ban. What happens if they have an abortion within them 6 weeks? That was in April? That already passed. Happened in July. What will happen in July 2023? Let me see. National Days on Monday, July 3rd, 2023. Explore Worldwide Events, Festivals, Funny, Weird, and National Days on this day. International Plastic Bag Free Day, National. Okay. Y'all, they ain't going to tell us yet. They're not going to tell us. Yep. So let's get off of that one and let's go to see what bills. Let's see what bills are being passed right now in 2023. Let's see. We already know about that. Let me see. Most viewed bills. What bills and laws? Just leave it like that. Y'all gonna make me mute it because y'all playing music? Sorry, because I'm about to end this live soon. Let me see. What is the Restrict Act? The Restrict Act, pt.6 is a proposed legislation that was first introduced in the United States Senate on March 7, 2023, to authorize the Secretary of Commerce to review and prohibit certain transactions between persons in the United States and foreign advisories and for other purposes. What's the other purposes, huh? Hey. Let's see. Hold on. I had to wait for them to ride with that music. Let's see what this is. Let me see. Introduced by Senator Mark Warner, the act proposes that the Secretary of Commerce be given the power to review business transactions involving certain information and communications technology products or services when they are connected to a foreign advisory of the United States and pose an undue and unacceptable risk to the national security of the United States or its citizens. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see the overview. The Restrict Act describes as a synthetic framework for addressing technology-based threats to the security and safety of Americans. It grants the Security Commerce the authority to review transactions by certain foreign entities who offer information and communication technology products and services in order to identify, investigate, and migrate unique and unacceptable risks to the national security of the United States or its citizens. This includes, but is not limited to, impact of the country's critical infrastructure and digital economy, sabotage or subversion of ICTS in the United States, interference and manipulation of the federal elections, undermining the democratic process to steer policy and regulatory decisions in favor of the strategic objectives of the foreign advisory to the determinant of the national security of the United States. The act applies to ICTS entities that are held in whole or in part by otherwise fall under the jurisdiction of the country or government that is designed under the act as a foreign advisory of the United States and has more than 1 million active users of units sold in the United States. The entitled initial text of the act classifies China, including Hong Kong and Macau, Cuba, Iran, and the Nicolas Maduro regime of Venezuela as foreign advisories. It would be unlawful for any person to violate any order or migration measure issued under the Restrict Act, and civil penalties up to $250,000 or twice the value of the transaction that served as the basis of the order, whichever greater. Criminal penalties up to 1 million or 20 years of imprisonment. Y'all trying to say that we can't buy from other countries now, and if they do, there'll be consequences? While it was not mentioned by name by its sponsor, the Restrict Act has been characterized as a means to potentially restrict or prohibit the Chinese-owned video sharing service TikTok. Oh, they trying to ban TikTok. So y'all passed it already. That's what this is for. Y'all trying to ban TikTok. So y'all passed the bill already. So it's called the Restrict Act. We're still using TikTok. I'm not gonna stop using TikTok. Shit, it's the only place we can go into and we could actually like expose these motherfuckers. Like they tripping. Let's see. What bills are still being we're not talking about that. Which state passed privacy laws that will take effect in 2023? The United States privacy laws in 2023, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Utah, and Virginia. In 2023, now consumer privacy laws will be affected in California, Colorado. Okay. Damn, what is the privacy law? What is y'all trying to do? In 2023, new consumer privacy laws will be effective in California, Colorado, Connecticut, Utah, and Virginia. These laws will come online throughout the year as follows. Virginia's law is effective and enforceable on January 1st, 2023. California amendments are effective on January 1st. I wonder why they call it amendments. Effective on January 1st, 2023, and enforceable on July 1st, 2023. Colorado's law is effective and enforceable on July 1st, 2023. See the difference there? They said amendments. Connecticut's law is effective and enforceable on July 1st, 2023, and Utah's law is effective and enforceable on December 31st. But damn, California. Where is it? California? Colorado. Is it Colorado? Let me see. Which one is it? California's amendments? What y'all fucking with the amendments now? Ooh, these are things that make you wonder, ain't it? Oh, wasn't sharing the screen. Let's share the screen so y'all can see what I'm seeing. Boom. Yo, this shit is crazy. Let's read a little bit. At the end of this article is a link of a summary chart comparing key components of the laws. Additionally, for a more in-depth discussion of California, Virginia, and Colorado's laws, review our prior article here. As an overview, the laws of each state share high-level similarities in consumer rights, but the various laws fall into three buckets. In Colorado, Connecticut, and Virginia's laws being closely related, Utah's law representing a slight division from those, and California's off on its own. It's important to note that the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, is currently in effect, but the comparisons below in the summary chart consider the California law after January 1st, the effective date of CCPA amendments adopted through the California. California, damn. Adapted through the California Privacy Rights Act. 1. Applicity. The Colorado, Connecticut, Virginia, and Utah law adapt terminology of European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, and apply to controllers defined to include persons that determine the purpose for and means of processing personal data, and that I conduct business or produce goods or services that are intentionally targeted to the state's residents, and either A, control or process personal data of more than 100,000 residents data per year. B, derive varying shares of total revenue from the sales personal data of at least 2,500,000 residents. Utah also includes a revenue threshold of 2,500 million or more. Like California, I think I said that number wrong. Fuck that shit. Because I'm mixing everything up right now. Here we go. Okay. Like California, Colorado, Connecticut, Virginia, and Utah all include exceptions for personal and business-to-business information, which is a major issue in California, given that these exceptions will sunset on January 1st, 2023, as we discussed briefly here. Notably, the states other than California exempt financial institutions subject to the federal Graham Leach whatever act of is spelled B-I. No, it's not even a B-I. I need my freaking computer back. BLILEY, whatever that is. The Leach whatever act of 1999. The GLBA. Okay, let's name it that. The GLBA. Y'all should have just said that from freaking gate. I should have read it. At the entity level of California. Entity. Only data collected subject to the GLBA rather than the institution themselves are exempt from the CCPA. Y'all want to sit here with these big words, huh? So, guys, the Privacy Act has changed in these states. I don't know if y'all know. For those that did know, shout out, y'all. Because they're not really telling us about all this. The following are links to the text of legislation scheduled for consideration during the week of June 19, 2023. 15 new state laws are now in effect in 2023. What are the 15 new laws, guys? Hey, I'm sorry. I was clicking too much. I didn't mean to. All right, they're about to tell us the 15 new laws. No, I'm not signing in right now. I'm on a whole live. Do I have to sign in? No, because that's going to give my info. When the ball dropped at midnight on January 1st, 2023, hundreds of bills from the state legislatures across the country suddenly became laws as Americans were celebrating the beginning of a new year. While state laws can have effective dates throughout the year, January is a common time for new enforcement to start. The fresh batch of 2023 laws cover topics ranging from quirky to serious, with many addressing subjects that are dominating American discourse. All of them, however, will impact the applicable state citizens in some way, shape, or form. Below is a selection of interesting state laws in effect, featuring a variety of policy areas and spanning the major regions of the country, and what their implementation will mean for residents. Gun laws are relaxed in Alabama. Jaywalkers get a break in California. Damn. Abortion rights are expanded in California. Low-level marijuana convictions are cleared. Oh, that means y'all can walk around with Mary Jane and not, you can sit here and walk with that you're not in. I wouldn't suggest it though. But damn, for those of you out here that sit on your steps or like to walk around and think and have Mary Jane in your hands, y'all won't get. That's in Connecticut though. It's only in Connecticut. They can't do that to you in Philly either, and I think in New York, I'm not sure if it's still like that in New York. Safety protections are put in place for tenants in Florida. Pornography viewing has a new requirement in Louisiana. Millionaires have a new tax in Massachusetts. After voters approve a ballot in November, residents making an income of at least $1 million annually will see additional tax. Oh shit. Y'all need to look up these new laws. Homeless people face new challenges in Missouri. Minimum wage is hiked in Nebraska and other states. Voting is made easier in New York. Okay. That's what y'all passed. State of emergency have new hurdles in North Carolina. So guys, whatever state y'all from, I suggest y'all go look up y'all new laws. I'm about to look up the rest of mine because I know that while we were sleep distracted with the submarine, they slapped us with a couple here in Philly. Unemployment benefits are cut in Oklahoma. Salary become more transparent in Washington. So, damn. Oh, where am I at? I'm not on StreamYard no more. Nope, it took me out of StreamYard. Blessings, be encouraged with Maritza. Blessings. Well, guys, I just wanted to, bring awareness to everything that's happening. I want y'all to do your own research. What I did yesterday and today, doing part 1 and part 2 of this live, was to, give y'all a little stepstone, a little, startup for y'all to listen, go check this out, Y'all do your own research from there. Y'all can, check different links from different places and y'all can figure out what's actually happening. And for those of y'all, that missed this whole live, I know, a lot of y'all is going to catch the replay. But while we were asleep, this is one of the things that they was doing while we was all asleep. That's why I keep telling everybody, if y'all the fuck sleep, stay in bed. Let's see. So let's start off with him and end the video with explaining about what he's talking about. All right, guys?
Lost in a submarine, quietly in the shadow. While Americans have been distracted by a rich guy who got lost in a submarine, quietly in the shadows, U.S. regulators approved the sale of synthetic lab-grown meat to the American public. This is not a parody. This is not a joke. Let's get into it. In this article from the Associated Press titled, U.S. approves nation's first lab-grown meat, chicken made from animal cells, it talks about how 2 California companies got the approval to sell this shit to us. So I'm thinking to myself, who could be that powerful to convince U.S. regulators to sell us synthetic lab-grown meat? And it's none other than our good buddy, Billy Boy Blue, who's been the primary investor in companies that are trying out different synthetic meats for us to enjoy. He's also one of the majority shareholders in Impossible Meats. So I'm thinking, this guy's just a computer wizard. He's not a nutritionist. He's not a scientist.
Facts, Maritza, facts. They are. The reason I say facts with you, and I'm agreeing with you 100% on this, is because, listen, yo, our bodies are supposed to consume certain nutritions, right? In reality, we're not even supposed to be consuming the meats that we consume. Like, people out here eating the swine, which I consider the pig, for those of y'all that don't know. People out here eating, beef and eating chicken and all that. We're not really supposed to be eating none of that. Our nutrition comes from the fruits, the vegetables, and all that. Like, we could get H3O by squeezing a watermelon, by squeezing any type of melon, a mango, strawberries. I could just keep going by the fruits and vegetables you can get H3O from. And in reality, that's how we're supposed to survive. If we eat any type of meat, I think it's supposed to be 2 types of fish, and I can't really remember the name of it. I think it's damn, I was so mad when I found out. Yo, I'm supposed to be sitting here eating Ariel's best friend. Like, in reality, like, yeah, it sounds messed up, yo. Like, when I was little, this is why I wouldn't eat certain meats, yo. Real shit. Like, it took a lot for me to start eating meats, but listen, I have to sit here and eat flounder. Like, a lot of us are supposed to eat flounder, and I forgot what the second fish was, right? But that and lamb. Other than that, we're not supposed to eat any other type of meats. But we're in this era, we're supposed to. No, it's not Nemo. It's flounder. It's flounder. And I think Nemo is not a flounder. We don't eat Nemo. It's what's her name? Dory. Dory is like a flounder. It's not Nemo. It's Dory. Yeah, I know my Disney stuff. I'm a Disney baby. I'm a Disney baby. Shit, I grew up on all the Disney movies, yo. I swear to God, like, and all the Nickelodeon shows, all that. I grew up on that. Yeah. Like, I ain't missed one episode, one movie. I even watched all the movies on VHS over. Yo, Beauty and the Beast and The Little Mermaid, Pocahontas was 3 of the movies. Yo, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Let's go back to Thumbelina. I watched them all in VHS. Thumbelina has a story behind it too, y'all. Like, real shit. All right, let's continue with the video, but I just want you to know, like, really, yes, they're trying to kill us. They're trying to get us to eat 3D. We've been warned about this, and I don't get tired of seeing this. The signs been there. The warnings have been there. People have talked about it. We've ignored them. I haven't. I've been paying attention to all of this because, listen, like I've told everybody, I love history, and I'm not going to stop reading on my history and learning just because people want me to think that something is something else. No. So make sure y'all guys catch this replay, part 2 and part 1 on the secrets of Jekyll Island. The links on the description below of each video that I have. I'm gonna start doing that with each video that I, react to and much more. Like I told y'all, like, let's talk about it. Things like this do need to be talked about. I know at certain times people are like, oh, I don't want to hear that shit. It is what it is. Listen, sometimes it can't be. It is what it is, because if you don't learn your history, listen, like I tell people, do your research, learn your history before you end up in a motherfucking ditch making history. Real shit. And some of us end up repeating history because we don't want to do our research. But let's continue with the video.
Scientist? Could he be after consolidating the food supply? I don't know. But what I do know is that Bill Gates is the largest private farmland owner in the United States. Not Jimbo, who comes from a long line of farmers, a tech billionaire. And you know what he's doing with this land? Nothing. Everything that was once growing on it. America, you should be very, very concerned right now with what is going on in the background while they keep flashing this billionaire who got lost in a submarine for the past few days, nonstop. Do you know that they just caught 123 people on the terrorist watch list trying to cross the border in Mexico? Something big is coming, or else all of the media networks wouldn't have agreed to show us this bullshit while our country is falling apart.
Yes, I've been saying it. Something big is coming, but people don't really pay attention. Like they want to think like they're right, they know everything, but sometimes we gotta listen, we don't know everything. We're humans, we don't know everything. But look, check out the second video, which explains what he's talking about when it comes to the synthetic meats and why I'm telling y'all that it is not good for us and it will not help us. If anything, we're going to die if we eat that. Now, how are we going to know which ones are synthetic meats in our markets when they're put out there? That's the biggest question. What else was they doing in these secret meetings out in Jekyll Island that had us focused on just the submarine, talking about the Titanic and bringing all that back? But you know what? It's a good thing that they brought that all back. You want to know why I say that? Because now y'all know what really happened in the Titanic, and y'all stop thinking that it was just a romance story. Because in the movie, they don't tell us the history. They have to put it on the level. And Gates is a demon. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. All facts.
To be disgusted. The source of this meat, they need fast growing cells, replicating cells. Just like when you have a farm that makes fruit from a tree, you don't want to plant a new tree every week. You want a tree that gives you a lot of fruit. And this is what they're trying to do with meat. And so what do they find? Well, there's something called an immortalized cell, also known as a HeLa cell. HeLa after Henrietta Lacks, who sometime in the 1950s had cervical cancer, and they removed her cancer cells, put them in a petri dish to see how long would they continue replicating, and they're still replicating today. So if you've already started to read in between the lines, you may guess where I'm going with this, that they realized the best source for fast replicating cells to make lab-grown meat that you're going to eat are cancer and pre-cancer cells. That means taking cancerous and pre-cancerous cells, literally putting them as the base and having those replicate to continue as a fast as possible pace, produce the meat that you're going to eat.
This machine is 3D printing steak. The goal is to create a piece of meat without killing a cow. And this Israeli startup is one of the dozens of companies racing to perfect the process.
It turns out that cows aren't necessarily the most efficient way of making beef.
Still, for many scientists, the holy grail is to not just imitate meat, but actually make it. Back in 2013, professor and scientist Mark Post unveiled the first lab-grown burger at a live tasting in London. This one patty cost over $325,000 to make.
It's close to meat. It's not that juicy, but the consistency is perfect.
I think that was kind of one of those like pivotal.
Man, you got me fucked up. There's no way in hell I'm eating none of that. To this day, I don't eat none of that. Them veggie burgers, none of that. Look at me when I'm telling y'all, to this day, I don't eat none of that shit because to me, I don't know what's in it. I don't know what the fuck is in it. It's all a mystery to me. So unless I don't know what the hell is in it, I'm not eating it. And I don't give a fuck. I've had people call me a little rabbit and all this shit because of the way I eat. Yes, I'm a picky eater. Yes, I don't like eating meats like that. Like, it took me forever. All I eat is chicken breast right now. And when it comes to the ground beef, just burgers and tacos and really chili. Like, yo, you can't get me to eat nothing else. Like, ground beef and the dirty rice. That's it. But, yo, on some real shit, like, I barely eat that. I'm more into the salads. I'm more into all that. Like, I don't know. Pork to me always been nasty. And I'm sorry for all those of you that love pork. Yo, that swine to me, it is what it is. Like, that shit's always like, yo, people be like, que delicioso, yo, Dios mío, que, and I'm like, oh my God, like, yo, it's like it got this aftertaste after you eat, and I don't give a fuck who gets mad at me by me saying this shit. Like, pork is the nastiest thing that you can eat on this fucking planet. And then the stuff that they eat, like, yo, I've seen people get surgeries because of how much swine they've eaten. They've had to remove, like, yo, oh my God, like, y'all just don't understand. Like, yo, I really don't get people. I really don't get people. But guys, it's all like, yo, let's finish watching this and then I'll just, finish saying what I'm going to say and really end this live and, continue with my day. Like, I want to thank you all that have been here once again, those that are rocking out with me, because y'all don't have to be here, but y'all here with a shorty, bringing awareness. Thank y'all so much.
little moments where you're like, oh,
To meat, it's not that juicy, but the consistency is perfect.
I think that was kind of the one of those like pivotal moments where you're like, oh, this could be a thing.
But it wasn't until 2020 that funding for lab-grown food really started to pour in, with some startups drawing high-profile investments from the likes of Bill Gates and even traditional meat companies.
It's like everyone wants to hop on that bandwagon.
Here's how it works. Look at this perfectly marbled steak. The white stuff is fat, that gives it flavor. The pink stuff is muscle, that's for protein. Scientists had to figure out how to recreate both. First, they take stem cells from a cow and then grow them in a lab.
That means that we're replacing the body of the animal with what's called a bioreactor.
Getting the cells to grow under these conditions is no easy.
For those of y'all, damn, it was on mute. For those of y'all that don't know what they're actually doing in this lab, it's called spliced DNA, right? So for those of y'all that don't really know it, go look it up what spliced DNA is. I'll do that on another live. But I want y'all to really know that this is what they've been dealing with. They even got a movie called Spliced. Like, it came out years ago. So pay attention. They tell us everything. Everything's been in our faces. They tell us the truth to our face in a form of a movie, a TV show, a document, something. But we're not paying attention. We just don't give a fuck. Oh, it's just entertainment. Oh, in between that entertainment, the truth is entangled. I'm sorry to say it. But pay attention.
Task.
Usually cells are attached to something. They grow in a petri dish or flasks, and they want to attach to something.
Here, the cells grow suspended in a liquid where they divide roughly once a day. Then scientists move the mass of cells to the tissue engineering lab, where they make something called bioinks.
This is the beginning of the bioprinting stage. The inks that we're using actually contain the cells that we've been growing in the labs previously.
Did y'all just hear this motherfucker say the ink that we're using is actually the cells? Peep, ink. Ink. All right, let's leave it at that.
There's one for muscle and one for fat. They're fed through these nozzles, and technicians can customize how much of each goes into the steak.
You can print any structure that you're able to design. So you upload a file to the printer and you can present a steak of pretty much any size and also any proportions.
You can't put a patent on growing and on raising a cow. You can go buy cattle right now, right? You can go buy 8 cattle, get a huge, actually, I think in Texas it's only 4, and get massive tax write-off for it first. But you could produce your own cattle, you can have it butchered, and you can eat it yourself, or you can sell it to other people. All you got to do is make sure you have to put it through the right processing to make sure that it's not going to hurt anybody. But you can pretty much do that all you want. This right here, this fucking lab-grown meat, that is a patented process. And you can't do it unless you pay Bill Gates or whoever else owns this technology to use it third party. That's reason number 1.
Yeah.
Reason number 2 is what I talk about all the time, and that's the king's deer, right? It's like a feudalistic principle where the good meat belongs to the aristocracy and the king, right? The warden, the governor, whomever else, and you eat fucking bugs. That's what it is, right? I want the high quality protein. You get this lab grown shit that's going to give you fucking cancer. And by the way, you got to pay us just to make the shit.
To be disgusted. The source of this meat, they need fast growing cells, replicating cells, just like when you have a farm that makes fruit from a tree. You don't want to plant a new tree every week. You want a tree that gives you a lot of fruit. And this is what they're.
So yeah, he not wrong. We're paying them. We're paying them to kill us. That's what they're doing actually, because our body's not going to be able to sustain that. Our body needs them nutrition that it normally takes. Like at the end of the day, listen, y'all could believe whatever y'all want to believe. For those of y'all, that be like, oh, this is fake, this is bullshit. Hey, it is what it is on this occasion. Now I can say it. It is what it is, right? So y'all go ahead and try these nasty ass little new shits they coming out. Crazy part is, and my biggest question is, y'all can see when y'all saw on the video, y'all, I'm not gonna play it now, but y'all can, hit the little replay real quick, the rewind. Go back a little bit, a couple minutes, and see the ground beef doesn't look any different from the original ground beef. It's crazy as though we're eating ink. We're eating chemicals, nothing but air. We're now trying to reprogram our head, our brains to think that this is real. Yo, those of y'all that are fuck asleep, like I said, stay the fuck in bed. And maybe Morpheus may, feel one day that he might want to get up and just come and save your ass and give y'all that little pill so y'all can wake the fuck up. But till then, listen, stay in bed. Till next time, this y'all Shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day. I hope all of y'all continue to have a blessed and humble day. Thanks to all those that came. They show love. They shared the video. That rocked out with a shorty. And it's helping her bring awareness to all these crazy ass things and theories and bullshit they're trying to put in our heads. Let's keep speaking up and let's not shut the fuck up. See y'all on my next live.